Guys, it's Ta. Welcome back. And if you're new, welcome. Thanks so much for stopping by. I really appreciate you. So, I've been MIA, but like I told you guys multiple times already, June it's a really busy month. So, we had a successful half a month or whatever so far. So last Sunday, not Father's Day, but the one before, well, the Saturday we did pictures for dance. Everything went smoothly. And then Sunday we did load out where we brought all the props and the stage and all that stuff to the auditorium, got all that set up. Then we showed up for practice Monday through Thursday, every day in the evening. I was exhausted. Abby was exhausted. It's such a long time for them to be sitting around waiting, and I was helping on the stage, getting things ready. And then Friday we had a recital and those girls rocked it. And then Saturday morning we had to be bright and early to knock the stage down and set up the party. They had their little dance party Saturday night, and let me tell you, the party was scheduled from like 6 to 10. By 9:30, our entire table, because each class had their own table to decorate, our entire table was cleaned up. The food was put into go boxes. The catering thing that we had, that was all picked up. The kids were exhausted. The parents were exhausted. So we got home at like 9:30 ish. We were supposed to, like I said, be there till 10 for the party, and then we had 1 hour to clean up. We made it home before the party even technically ended. When I left with Abby, there was maybe 10 kids and a few straggling parents finishing up cleaning their areas. We were just all so for the week. So yeah, and then yesterday, Father's Day, we went to church, and it was the first day of VBS. And then tonight they went to VBS, and then we go to VBS till Thursday. Then Friday she comes. She's got another event she decided to partake in. She's going to be going to a dance camp clinic for one day, and then finally we get to rest. We don't have to get in a car. We don't have to go anywhere. I'm exhausted. I'm slowly catching up on my sleep. When I woke up this morning, I felt a little bit more refreshed. So that was a plus. As far as my reading goes, I probably won't, depending on how the after Friday goes, that'll let me know if I'm able to complete it. Right now, no, not complete with my TBR yet. But I do have two books that I didn't talk about last month. I have more than two, but we're going to talk about two of them right now. And they are both Book of the Month books that I had. One was an add-on, and it was from August of 2016. We're going to talk about that one. And then the other one is May of 2022. So the first one, let's talk about Dark Matter by Blake Crouch. A lot of people I've seen, like, this is their favorite book, and it is sci-fi. I'm not sure what else you would consider it, but like sci-fi thriller, I guess. Y'all, I could not put this book down. This was so good. This is about, let me make sure I get their names right. Jason, and he is married to what's her name? His son's name is Charlie. I know that. I'm trying to think what his wife's name is. Daniela, maybe? Danny, yeah, Daniela, something like that. So in this story, we start, we have a little bit of, we get to interact with the family a little bit, and then he goes off, and on his way back home, he is abducted. And the last thing that he remembers before his abductor puts him under is the question, are you happy with your life? And then he wakes up like, he has no idea where he is. He's in a different world, kind of like time warp, I guess you would say, where there's multi-universes. And just think of, like, if it was yourself, there's multiple versions of you walking around on different timelines. It's kind of like where we're going with this. And when he wakes up, he's not a professor at a college like he was. He's not married to Daniela. He doesn't have a son named Charlie. Like, he is a scientist, and he came up with this whole like split time thing, and he has no clue like where he's at. All he wants is his wife and his child back. So we get to journey with him as he tries to figure out um, where to go next. And this one right here, I find like after like the first and a half chapters, like halfway through chapter 2, I couldn't put it down. I just like flew through it. I just wanted to know, like, okay, is this jump gonna be it? Is this time when he's gonna find his family? Is he ever gonna find his family? Like, how many times are we gonna have to go through this for him to get to the right time? And it was just amazing. And he has to um it's like he kind of is like exploring like his dark past and like thoughts and whatnot. And he has one person that he has to beat to get back to what he wants. And it's like your heart just breaks for him. But y'all, so good. And I'm not really into sci-fi. Like some of it is just not my cup of tea. But this is kind of like sci-fi in the modern world, I guess. Like we're in a regular everyday lives, but like they have some science stuff thrown in here of how this whole plan works, but it's understandable. So if you haven't read any sci-fi yet, but you're kind of like on the bandwagon, like I want to, but I don't know where to start, probably this one would be a good place to start because it's not so sciencey like when I think sci-fi, I'm thinking like Star Trek, Star Wars, those types of things. This is not like that, but it is so, so good. So definitely Dark Matter by Blake Crouch. Pick it up. And then the next story I read was Darling Girl by Liz Mikalski. I'm not sure how to say it. Sorry if I butchered it. This one, Darling Girl, you see the feathers and stuff. It is kind of like a continuation, I guess, or an interpretation of a continuation of Peter Pan. And in this one, the main character, Holly, she is Wendy Darling's grandchild. I know if you watch my video when I talked about this book the first time, I completely got it wrong. I apologize. I didn't quite read. I was trying to read in between lines, and I shouldn't have. I should have just read the lines, but it's whatever. So anyway, like I said, she is the granddaughter of Wendy, and she has a son named Jack, and she has a daughter named Eden. And she also is a successful skincare she has a successful skincare line that she made, and she's trying to live her best life. And unfortunately there was an accident many years ago that put her daughter Eden into a coma, and she's been asleep for a very long time, and she is away from where they are currently living, but she has like full care. Well, one day, sorry, the train's passing if you hear it. One day Eden goes missing, and at that point, Holly knows there's only one person who would take Eden, and that would be Peter Pan. So, um, Peter Pan, to her, like she knows the real Peter Pan. She's not thinking in fairy tales like her mother. Her mother is Jane. Um, Jane just believes that Peter is, the hero, the whole 9 yards, but Wendy knows like a different side of him. So she does everything in her power she can to get her daughter back. She has no idea where she is, where he's holding her, nothing. And so we get to follow that journey along, and there are circumstances that kind of pop up because Eden has a rare blood that it has many like healing capabilities. Like she has lots of things that are good about her blood, and if they can't find her, it also puts the other child at risk. So we get to follow them to go figure out what they're going to do. She winds up hiring a private investigator who just happens to be named Christopher Cook. Kind of rhymes with, Hook. So I'm thinking it's a play on that. But I was excited for this book because I'm like, Peter Pan, as a child, I watched it, I enjoyed it. And then when I got older, I was kind of like, started to kind of see the whole conspiracy theories that people always post about how, yeah, he's taking them to Neverland because they're dead, etc., whatever. So I was excited to kind of see where an older Peter Pan would, like, what would happen. I was kind of disappointed in this book. Wasn't quite what I was expecting. It was okay. I wouldn't give it like super high of a rating. The writing style was great. The author wrote, like, it was very well written, easy to comprehend, but I felt like I struggled through it only because the story wasn't going the way my mind thought it would go, I guess. But that's just me. Other people might have given it 5 stars. I would probably give it like a 3 because, like I said, the writing style, the author did a great job with it. The story itself, some of it was a little bit disturbing for me, and some of it was just like, really? I didn't feel like that could possibly, like that didn't really fit in with what we know as Peter Pan. But again, this is supposed to be a different side of Peter Pan. So glad I read it. Would I read it again? No. It's not high on my recommendation list. So this one right here, maybe if you would watch a couple people, other reviews, see what they thought, they might have enjoyed it. They might have redeeming qualities that might think you might be like, you know what, let me go ahead and try it. But for me personally, it was not a favorite book at all. And like I said, I would give it more along the lines of a 3, only because the author did such a great job with the writing style. And like, I liked some of the story aspects, but not all of it. So yeah, that's the last 2 book of the month books that I read. I'm sorry, I have like this indigestion starting. So I have a few more to catch up on. Like, I think I have 3. One of those is on my June TBR. Yes, I did put one on there. So I'm at least going to get that one done. And then we recently got another one. I'm going to link that one down below if you hadn't seen when I opened that one. And then I think I have one other one sitting on the shelf that I need to get to. So yeah, I'm trying to catch up. But I'm also trying to get my actual TBR done, just to say that, hey, I committed myself to these books, so I'm going to go ahead and read these books, even if I don't get a whole lot of extra reading in the month. But yeah, so that's the plan. Also, I remember, nope, let me try that again. If you remember, I posted about the library having like the summer reading program, and I am over halfway with my 600 minutes. So I'm at least going to get those prizes, whatever they may be. I haven't gone physically to the library at all yet since I went the last time. So next time I go in, I'm gonna see like what my progress track is there, and maybe I get certificates or something. I don't know. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Sorry I've been MIA. Hopefully I can get back on track, and I will see you guys next time. Bye y'all.